First, let's remember that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, led a life supported only by the bare minimum of necessities. His wives were not idly wasting away the hours in a luxurious harem, but led a life of labor and sacrifice, while he was mostly busy away from home, overseeing his numerous duties as a prophet. So obviously, lust was not a factor as he wasn't even at home most of the time. Further, most of his marriages occurred at the age when lust is not a major factor in a man's life. He remained single until age 25. From age 25 to 50, he was faithful to only one wife, Hazrat Khadija radhiyallahu anha, who bore all his children except one. She was 15 years older than him, with children from 2 previous marriages. She was his greatest ally when he received the call at age 40 until she died when he was 50 years old. He remained in love with her until he died and often talked of his life with her with great nostalgia. Between age 50 and 52, he remained unmarried and mourning his late beloved wife. Between ages 53 and 60, he married all his other wives for many noble reasons. It's unimaginable for a man to suddenly turn lustful at this age, especially as he was constantly traveling bloodthirsty enemies on his heels. When he was 60 years old, Allah revealed to him verse preventing him from marrying anymore until he died, which was at age 63. The Quran says, "It is not lawful for you to marry other women after this, nor to change them for other wives." We can categorize all his marriages under 2 aspects of his personality. Muhammad, peace be upon him, the man who needed a loving wife, children and stable home, so he married Hazrat Khadija radhiyallahu anha and remained with only her for 20 years until she died. Muhammad, peace be upon him, married the other wives for reasons pertaining to his duty to deliver the message to the world. Those particular women were carefully selected, not just haphazardly acquired for carnal reasons. Let me tell you some of the reasons for which Muhammad, peace be upon him, married. Number 1. To pass on Islam to the next generation as a practical legacy. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the only prophet without any privacy and with a meticulously preserved tradition in speech and actions in all minute details of his public and private life. Preserved in the sharp minds of his wife and his companions, those narrations comprise the daily life manual for Muslims to follow until the end of the time. The fact that Islam was spread on the shoulders of women and preserved in their hearts is a great honor to the females of this ummah. Number 2. To cement the relations of the budding nation. In a tribal society, it is customary to seal treaties through marrying into tribes. Muhammad's closest companions later became the 4 caliphs of Islam, who led Islam at the critical stage after his death. 2 of them were the fathers of his wives, Aisha radhiyallahu ta'ala anha and Hafsa radhiyallahu ta'ala anha. The other 2 married his daughters. Hazrat Usman radhiyallahu ta'ala anha married Ruqayya and Zainab, and Hazrat Ali married Fatima. Number 3. To teach Muslims compassion with women. He taught them to be compassionate not just to the young and beautiful maidens, but more so to the weak and destitute widows, divorcees, orphans, and elderly women. Islam teaches that women are to be respected, protected, and cared for by their menfolk. They're not to be cast out to face a harsh life alone while able men around them just pity them and do nothing to help, or worse, use their weakness to take them as mistresses. Number 4. To offer a practical role model to Muslims until the end of time. Although many believing women often approach Muhammad, peace be upon him, offering him themselves in marriage, he politely turned down their offers. Most of his wives after the death of Hazrat Khadija were old, devoid of beauty, and previously married except Aisha radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, who was the only young virgin. He married from other nations and religions. Some were the daughters of his worst enemies, and his marriage to one woman won all her people into Islam. Regardless of his neutral feelings towards many of them, he was a model example of equal justice and kindness to all of them, and he will never discriminate among them.